listening to Fresh Out, the world's most dangerous music podcast on the OMG Network and rawthinic.com.
Fresh Out.
What's up?
What's good?
Man, you know how we do.
All day.
Big Camps in the building. Bebo P's in the building.
Yes, sir. What's good with you, Diesel?
Man, I'm good, man. LB's got the night off, man. We just wanted to give y'all something exclusive tonight, man. First of all, J Cam, how you doing? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, feeling great. How are you?
Cool.
Feeling good, feeling great. Feeling great, feeling good. How are you? Bebo P was good, man.
Hey, man. Living the dream, as they say, you know. But
Yes, sir.
Doing well, staying blessed. You know the rest. How about yourself, bro? How's the week been?
Staying black.
Good. Staying black, man.
Staying black
stay on that
first.
blue lion swag. You know how we do, man.
All day. Shout out to L.
Man.
Shout out to
Yeah,
L. as
L on
well.
that black line. You know how you do, man.
Man.
Man, other thing too, man. Olive Garden, get your curbside right, man. That's all I'm saying, man. Get your curbside right.
Man.
I want some free something. I want a gift card, man. You got me out there for an hour today.
Oh man, that ain't cool. That ain't cool at all. bro.
If any listeners work for Olive Garden, please.
Hey, man, get at us, man. You know, you got the email, man. Go to rawthinic.com/freshout. First of all, you need to go there anyway. We got the dopest podcast in the world, Craig.
World.
In the world, man. We just dropped one on the Social Reform. You got to check that out, man. And we just about to drop another one on Dr. Dre and Will Smith and Jada. Crazy classic. So gotta check it out too, man. So
Yeah, we got down. Check them out.
Check it out.
Yeah. All day.
First of all, J Camp, man, how was the flights, man? I know you was traveling, man. You missed that last one. How was the flights, man?
Man, it was crazy, man. My journey the other day, man. They had like a bunch of thunderstorms here in Tampa. So the pilot tried to land the plane, but he couldn't. So I'm thinking dude about to land.
God.
Next thing I know, dude pulls up.
Oh God.
So we circled around, the area for about an hour. Then dude was like, "Man, I can't make his landing." So we got to divert to
Wow.
Orlando. So
Man.
I was supposed to get in town at like 5:30 p.m. and didn't get in town till midnight because of them storms, man. So
Bro, Orlando has the worst airport I've ever been to.
And that spirit joint, man. With
Oh
them little
my
bras
God.
on ham,
yeah,
dog.
Man,
Yeah.
Them little
jeez.
dusties, man. Them hood boogers, man, was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
for you, bro. The logistics
Yeah.
there too is just
yeah, man,
not
it's
good.
It's ripe for storms, man. So if you come in town like around 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, man, your flight might get diverted because you just never know. Usually that's when them storms start going bananas. So
Yeah, and then like an hour be cool though.
yeah,
It'd
right,
be like
right.
going crazy. Then like an hour be like sunny and boo.
exactly. It's crazy, man.
But no, we're glad you're back, man.
Yep.
Number one, we're glad you're safe. And so we had to get you on this Pop Smoke, album review, man. The album's crazy, but we had to give you some like super duper insight, man. So we got to go in on the Pop Smoke. If you don't know who Pop Smoke is, he passed away this February in Hollywood Hills. There was a home invasion, and he got shot twice. He was only 20 years old, but his music was so dope. From Brooklyn, New York.
BK, stand
he
up.
had some, two dope singles that popped off from two of his mixtapes. Welcome to the Party in Dior, The Woo, and The Woo 2. So, of course, when he passed, 50 Cent, a lot of other celebrities and entertainers, man, definitely wanted to push to get his album out. So they just came out with Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon. Album's crazy. Sold 250 out the gate. Number one on Billboard. Quavo, Lil Baby, 50 Cent, Roddy Ricch, King Combs. Just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Album's dope, man. So just want to start off, man. Bebo P, just let the people know what you think about the album, man, and just kind of go in a little bit.
Well, I think that I want to first start off by saying rest in peace to Pop Smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's an individual that died way too young.
Way too young.
He didn't even
You
really
died before you could drink legally.
Bro, man. I mean, it's just we're losing too many of our brothers and sisters way too much. So I do want to preface that. Rest in peace, and our prayers and thoughts go out to your family, friends, loved ones, and so forth. So I just, I wanted to start off with that. And shout out to your team who was, charged to some degree by 50. Because the album is pretty decent,
It's fire, man. I love it.
Yeah. He did his thing. I mean, the extremely short intro of the track, it really seemingly set the stage for the following song, and I believe it's part of the title track, that Aim for the Moon. That joint with Quavo. It's upbeat yet still laid back in its own way. Pop did his thing while Quavo repped, with his rap and melodic style in different spots. That Gangstas joint, that's a pretty cool one too, where Pop Smoke really started to. That's the one where he kind of really started to sound like 50 Cent in his delivery.
I completely agree.
Yeah,
the whole album's got that 50 Cent vibe, man.
It does.
It's that high
really
power
does.
New York swag.
That
does.
joint, it does, and that joint, along with 44 Bulldog, I believe it's called. Those are the joints where he really started to heavily emerge, sounding like 50. But that 44 Bulldog to me sounded like more of a mixtape song, whereas Gangsta sounded like more of the album song. But there's other areas of the album too where he sounded more like Lloyd Banks to me, minus the Lloyd Banks super lyricism, like that Yeah and Make It Rain, I think it's called, with Roddy Rebel. Those are the main two that gave off that vibe. So that low vibe yet energized vocal approach on that kind of reminded me of Mr. He called himself the rap LeBron James, Lloyd Banks did, but just on a more melodic and rhythmic vibe. But it's, those weren't bad tracks. Overall, he had also like segmented areas, or at least his team segmented like the track listing, I noticed, because them joints that's called Something Special, What You Know About Love, and Diana, those were all like real blatant remakes. Like that Something Special, that's that Fab Into You with that Tamia remake that was released in like 2002, I think. That What You Know About Love, that was that Genuine Swipe, and I think the name of that
was actually Player. I think.
That was a Player's joint.
No, Player was that Diana.
Diana. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was a cool one too.
Hey, that's my joint, man. Shout out Louisville.
Yeah.
I stand corrected on that. My bad.
No, you good, man. You good. I mean, but just, again, he had like segments like that where it was like, okay, these three are going to be the ones that's like the blatant remakes, but like these, that we're still going to have like these other two, like called Enjoy Yourself with that Karol G. Shout out to Karol G, by the way, too, for the Colombian reggaeton situation, and that Mood Swings with Lil TJ. Those were just straight up like female type joints. So he definitely had moments where he did his thing, with the drill style, dark and moody rhythm and tones with the scruffy, like, his voice was scruffy like smoke, so, but he did have other joints that really didn't hit the mark to me, like that West Coast ish with Tyga and Quavo. It wasn't whack. It just didn't really, I think I expected more of a West Coast vibe on that one. The Woo itself, I think I expected more of a hard, more of a drill type situation, but that joint was a mainstream joint with 50 and Roddy Ricch, and they did their thing on there, but it was just more mainstream than what I thought it should have been. But overall, I mean, he did his thing. Again, rest in peace to the cat, man. 50 Cent and the team did a great job in aiding to finish this album, I think the right way for Pop. And I think you should check it out if you're a fan of Pop Smoke and drill music.
Jeremy, what was your whole thing on the album, man? Like, let's go in.
Bebo P definitely stole a lot of my thunder and my rain. Shout out to Bebo P though, great minds think alike.
Hey, it's all goody, man.
But I definitely think, on the similar lines of Bebo P, it had a lot of 50 flavor in it. Definitely that Gangstas was definitely an ode to 50. And then Get It On Me was classic ode to Richard Died Trying. Yeah, I mean, that was just classic 50. But I definitely like some of the features. I just wish that some of the features would have highlighted Pop Smoke a little more. Like, I feel like the joint with like Tyga, like the West Coast shit. I thought that was Tyga killed that. That should have been like on Tyga's album.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
I mean, even like the song with Quavo and Future. I mean, that sound like a Migos track. Like
Yeah.
I don't think Pop Smoke was a good. I don't think there was a good song selection for his album.
I
Maybe
agree
like a
because he had the
mixtape.
shortest delivery on there.
Yeah, the shorter delivery, and it just didn't fit him. Now,
Correct.
once you get into like the Woo, um, definitely something special. Which shout out to Brooklyn. He definitely did Fab some justice on that.
Yeah, all day. Shout out to Fab too, man. We gotta get him on the show too. Holla at Fab.
Oh, no
Yeah,
doubt.
Reach out, man.
Dior, which to me sounded like a Pressure type of joint, but Pop Smoke, I thought he went in on that one.
Yeah.
Diana, same thing. Shout out to Smoke Dogg and Black.
Hey, King Combs, man. If y'all sleeping on King Combs, man, y'all gotta check him out, man. He's nice.
Please,
Yeah.
please, please,
See the thing on there.
please check him out. But yeah, I mean, Creature, another one where I felt like I mean, Creature was dope too. I almost wish Roddy Ricch was on that one.
Very true. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Throw a
Anytime
bomb.
I hear that
Throw a bomb.
Sway Lee, yeah, drop a bomb on that.
Right.
Anytime I hear that Sway Lee, man, I want to hear like the young boy spit on that, man. That's a good observation, man. Good look, man.
Sway
Drum
Lee,
patterns were crazy on that one too.
it was crazy on there. Sway Lee and
Yeah.
Roddy Ricch need to do an album.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
They need that Sea Breezy and a Young Thug. They need to do something like that.
Man, I would cop that in a heartbeat, especially if your boy produced it. Travis Scott produced it. Sway Lee, Roddy Ricch album. Yo, I'm copping that. Copping that.
Crazy.
But
I think it
anyhow,
was
man,
dope, man. Dope.
I think overall, the album was definitely solid. I like the track placement. The second half was definitely more R&B ish / a hint of gangster to it. Where the first half of it was more, swaggadocious. So I like the track, listing. I just wish that some of the tracks would have featured Pop Smoke a little more versus some of the other features that he had on there.
Well, and I always look at like albums like this, like, oh, they holding back for something else. You know what I'm saying? They took some verses off of it. I'm sure like he had songs that were just him, and they basically only use one verse because they want to use those other verses for something else. You know what I'm saying? You know how they do.
You probably right. Yeah, that
Then
makes
the other
sense.
thing too is it's stretching this album out because we're in the streaming days. So now you have to have 20-something records, so they can actually go crazy on the streaming. Then on top of that, you put that Dior on there because Dior already has a whole bunch of streams already. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you put Dior on there as a bonus track.
As a bonus,
you already
right.
got a platinum plaque on the album. So
Very
they playing them Tekashi 6ix9ine games on it. But I think 50 did a great job executive producing it. I mean, you guys pretty much nailed it. I definitely BOP like that West Coast shit. It is West Coast, but it's that new West Coast. We
It
think
is.
it old West Coast. It's that new school West Coast. That's why they put Tyga on there. And like I
get
said,
it.
like you said, JC, that Tyga versus Tyga. Hey man,
He's on the
can we
road,
give
man.
Tyga the comeback player of the year?
He's money,
Like,
man. He's been
Hey
money.
man,
out there.
they left him out in the sand like R. Kelly and Mr. Biggs.
Yes, they did.
You know
and
what I'm
he made
saying?
a strong comeback.
And he came back, man. Hey, man, shout out to Tyga, man.
Yeah,
Because
man.
Shout
when he
out.
left Young Money, it was like, oh, man,
Right.
this dude is double wood. You know what I'm saying?
Tiger and Freddie Gibbs, I'm telling y'all, man, have
Hey,
killed,
no,
killed
yo,
2020.
yo, drop a bomb for that. Yo, Freddie Gibbs, hey, man, that song with Ricky Rose,
Woo!
fire,
Fire.
man.
Produced
Shout
by
out to
Alchemist.
Sienna in the house on that. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Alchemist on that too. Killed that, man.
Man,
Killed
Yeah,
it.
Tyga and Freddie, man, like I definitely would pay to go see them in person.
Yep.
Social distancing, of course.
I thought something was interesting real quick. There was like something I noticed on the outro, Tunnel Vision.
Yes.
Part of his verse read or goes, and I read, or rather I quote, "All in a second, gun kicking like it's Tekken. I'm a force to be reckoned. I'm God's perfection. Look, God gave me a lot in some months, but it could go in a second if I F the wrong B or walk up in the wrong section." So basically, he's letting it be known that, hey, look, this could happen or that could happen, even though I had a lot happen for me in just a few short months. And sadly, we have his untimely demise. So I thought it was just very interesting that, he would say a line like that. leading out the album, into the Dior bonus track. So again, shout out to him and his family. Rest in peace to Pop Smoke.
I'm glad you highlighted that, Bebo, because I meant to say something about Tunnel Vision because he was in the street poet bag on that.
He was.
Like, I felt like that was the one track where I was like, man, this dude, like, he showed me something as a lyricist on that one.
He's a real artist, man. He is a real artist, man. Like, he killed it, man. And like I said, the album was the 6th biggest opening for 2020. So the album did really, really well to me, man.
Well.
You know what I'm saying? And then the other thing too, it's a gangster album. I mean, you can put this on the block.
It's player,
but then it's still player though. You know what I'm saying? It's still got that Biggie swag. It's got that Tupac vibe. The ladies can get with it too. It's something you can still like put on, and then your girls in the car, you can still put on a couple tracks, and she gonna be feeling them other ones.
Let me ask you fellas something though, real quick, based on based on the quality of the album that we just heard. All right, so let's just assume that he didn't pass away and, he put out this album or some variation of something like this. Do you guys think that he could have been the guy that carried the torch for 50 Cent / G Unit into what we have as the quote unquote next generation of artists? Or do y'all think that he doesn't really hit the mark, but yet he's still a dope artist?
Well, possibly, because who else as a young cat out of New York has that mantle? Who has the throne as a young cat right now? It's up for grabs. So Pop Smoke definitely could have taken it.
I'm gonna keep the conversation one dimensional. There's a 3-dimensional side of this conversation too. Okay. That's why he was removed. But at the end of the day, like, he was definitely that next gen 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely there was Optimus Prime, and then what was a new nigga?
Rodimus Prime.
There was Optimus Prime. Then there was like the new Optimus Prime. I forgot what the dude was, his name was. But he's just basically 2.0. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, like he's a real artist, man. That voice, man, once you hear it, it's unforgettable. The dude knows how to make records. That's the other thing with a lot of rappers. Is they can rap their butt off, but they can't make no songs. This dude made records, man. He did records. You know what I'm saying? Even the Jack Boys joint, you know what I'm saying, with Trav and all them. Man. Like, crazy. So
that one joint was slamming in the clubs too. What was it called?
Welcome to the party.
Welcome to the that one.
Like I said, man, the dude was a star. I mean, he is a star. He was a star on Earth, man. And like I said, that's why on a 3-dimensional thing he got removed. But at the end of the day, like I said, man, the album is crazy. This is why, man, this is why we're doing a review on this joint, because this thing is Haley's Comet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one in a lifetime kind of thing, man. Like, it's really good music. You're definitely gonna vibe to it. I'm sure they're gonna come out with another version of this with some more verses that they have with him, because he was a workaholic too. He worked his butt off too. Yeah. So I'm sure they're gonna come out with another album. The production, man. Shout out to I don't know who 808 Mello is, but he held it down. You know what I'm saying? He held it down. Mustard held it down on that West Coast shit, man. I love when they take this Brooklyn drill music, but they still mix it in with like that player shit, that Genuine sample and the player sample, going back on that Fab joint. It was really dope, man. Like, the other thing, man, this is not diarrhea music.
Nah.
Correct.
But
this is, I've been listening to this for a while.
I would have liked to hear Fab on that track, man. I would have liked to hear Fab. I think that would have been great. I think they would have bridged 2 generations too.
Yeah.
You know what? It's funny you say that, because I was thinking the same thing about 50 Cent on that Got It On Me. I think 50 should have had either a verse or some type of presence, even if not on the song, then on the video. Just to kind of have a visual ode of, hey, I'm gonna pass the torch since I'm kind of doing my thing on, the power and the vitamin water and, just the entrepreneurship bag on some other things. I'm gonna pass this torch. It would have been nice to have seen at least a visual on that Got It On Me video, or at least
Right.
have some type of
Yeah,
50 Cent
yeah,
present,
yeah.
because he took the whole hook of Many Men. It wasn't just like
Right.
another joint that sounded like it. Like
He
50
took all
Cent.
of
Yeah.
it.
He took the
Yeah.
He took
whole
all of
shebang.
it. And that's why, like I
Yeah.
said, like with Fab, it just because Fab's still relevant too.
Oh,
Yes, he
heck yeah.
is.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Heck
you
Shout out to
you
Fab.
get the Fab stands, them cats who really like, that who's in that Fab Jada era. You get them kind of on board with the Pop Smoke cats. I mean, that would have been like big for New York. I mean, in my opinion, that would have been huge for New York to kind of bridge that. But
Man.
just my
Man.
2 cents.
Heck yeah. Hey, real quick, let me highlight something real quick though, because I almost forgot. There's a track on there called Snitching with Quavo and Future. Shout out to Quavo and Future as well. I gotta say that that intro skit on there was probably one of the funniest I heard in a minute.
Oh man,
on
it
an
was
album.
hilarious.
It wasn't though.
Hilarious.
I mean, this cat was bragging about getting a new job as a snitch, but
Right.
then immediately said afterwards that it's classified and basically can't
Right.
talk about it to his homeboy and not to F with him since he just got somebody pent up for like 40 years. So that's some funny
The
bullshit.
album showed his personality a lot,
It
man, which I
did.
love.
It
And you can
did.
tell he's a real cool cat, man. He's one of them dudes, man. If you want to meet somebody, man, he's one of them dudes, man.
And he's
Yeah.
very knowledgeable too of hip hop history.
Yeah.
There's another thing I was impressed with Pop Smoke, man, because he was, he went deep on Big, Nas,
Very true.
Hov. I mean, for him to be 20 and to know
Yeah.
that much about hip hop, I was impressed by that. So it lets me know he's a student of the game too. So, shout out to that dude, like whoever was his mentor or whoever raised him, definitely was jamming Big, Nas, Hov, 50, all that.
Yeah.
He
it's-
was raised right.
He was, and it's funny you mentioned that because I almost forgot. There was like at least 1 or 2 tracks that definitely had like just an accent sprinkle of accent of Tupac, because there was and I forgot the name of the song. I don't know if it was For the Night or what, but it had that Hail Mary ding 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 type of sound on there.
It did.
I think it was For the Night. Don't quote me on that, but I mean, when I hear stuff like that, it makes me go back to what Jay Camp just stated about his influences, because you can tell that they're prevalent throughout his music and throughout his walk whenever he was still with us. So yeah, great point, fellas.
Well, and this is the thing, man. Like, New York stand up, man. This is a classic, dope record, man. If this is where New York hip hop was going, I'm all for it, man. I love it. I think
too.
it's dope.
And shout out
I
to
think-
LA too.
Yeah,
Shout out
well,
to
this
LA.
is the thing, man. At the end of the day, this is what New York rappers used to do. You used to go out to LA, get your couple records, do some New York stuff. You had a real solid record, real
Yeah.
solid album. And like I said, for these young New York MCs right now, take some notes from this album. You know what I'm saying? Because like Jay Camp said, he bridged the gap, basically. A lot of these young dudes don't know nothing about 50, Biggie, Nas, none of that. You know what I'm saying? He bridged that gap with his music, still brought in a little Travis Scott swag, still brought in a little DJ Mustard.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's a really, really well-crafted album. And I know that was him. It wasn't just 50 just picking songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You made a good point, ID.
You
when
did,
you
man.
said when you said this dude can make records, like
Yes.
that's a huge point in this whole discussion. Dude can make records.
Yep.
He's not just a mixtape artist. He can make records.
Well, actually, he was both, really. I mean, he definitely had the mainstream artist appeal, but I mean, he killed on the mixtapes too. From
Oh, no, he
what I
did.
gathered. So
He
yeah,
did.
I get
I
what
mean,
you're
he-
saying, but
he
he covered
killed
the
on the-
best of both worlds.
It's like somebody like Jada, like Jadakiss. I mean, he's a mixtape legend. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has that type of flavor. Like
Yeah, he does.
Jada has always struggled making albums. It's not Jada's fault. It's just he's such a good rhymer. It's hard for a good rhymer to really make a good album.
record. Yeah.
It's hard, man. It really
Well,
is.
that was the benefit of having somebody like 50 executive producer, because that's one thing that 50 specialized in, is making big records.
Yep.
When he was more into the music. So
Absolutely.
the team aspect was very key too.
Well, I give 50 his props on executive producing, but you can tell this young dude, man, he made records before he even got with Welcome to the Party and Dior.
He did.
Like the dude, like J. Kim said, whoever his mentor was, salute to that dude.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
dude knows how to make records, and a lot of dudes who rap like that won't even get on no something special shit. They like, man, I'm too hard for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or they put it to sell out. Like, oh, I gotta have that One More Chance record. Like, you can tell that's his swag. You know what I'm saying? That's his vibe. You know what I'm saying? He likes the ladies. He likes to be on the block. You know what I'm saying? Like, the album was a great representative of himself, but also where that New York, Brooklyn drill music swag was going too. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, take notes, MCs, take notes off this album.
And that's why I brought up Fab, because Fab has laid the blueprint on how to make it as a New York artist. Like when you listen to Fab's music, whether it's his mixtape or his albums, it sounds just like this Pop Smoke album. It sounds dead like it. So
I mean, like I said, man, they did a really good job, man, on Virgin. Like somebody 45 can listen to it, somebody 15 can still swag on it too. You know what I'm saying? And like I said,
great point.
You guys hit it on the head, man. Real talk.
No, great analysis, fellas.
So like I said, man, hey, we just want to give y'all like a little bit more deep dive in the album, man. Again, fresh out, you know how we do. You first of all, go to rawthinning.com, check out our whole catalog, man. We're up to 12 episodes, 13 episodes now. Check out the whole catalog. If you're feeling what we're doing, like, comment below, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you're feeling it, go cop a t-shirt. We got masks. We got some dope merch. Again, J Camp, Bebo P, LB, you know how we do, man. We're going to give y'all some more reviews. Comment below on what you want us to review. You know we're going to deep dive for you guys, man. Again, check out the website. LB, we're going to see you on the next one. Peace out, man.
Peace. Rest in peace to Pop Smoke.
Rest in peace, RIP.